Hello everyone. Today I wanted to share how I prepared for Emmy-Noether interview. And I haven't done so many interviews like this. I am only sharing how I have prepared, but perhaps you have much better guideline and but if it's useful, I would be happy. So looking to interview preparation, I actually separated in three different parts. First is preparation, which is scientific, technicalities, and appearance. So looking to the preparation, which is scientific part, which is actually very important. So for the scientific preparation, you usually get the timeline from DFG itself. So you will get an email if you get a call for interview. There will be timeline. For me, it was 25 minutes for a presentation, which I will give, and 25 minutes for discussions, including all sort of interview questions. So first, an important thing is to follow the timeline, what is given for preparation, having examples to see how people have been doing such type of interviews is important because Emmy-Noether interview or any other funding interviews are slightly different than your conference talks. So this is really important to take into account that you really have to know what other people actually do. So then you have to look for the central idea. So your talk has to be prepared according to central idea or theme of your project. So in my case, I had 1 month of preparation time when I get an email that I'm selected for interview. Until the time of the interview, I had 1 month. And in this 1 month, I actually prepared at least 10 plus times. Some people need very less rehearsals, but I haven't done such interviews. So I really wanted to be prepared properly. So here I had actually, I did these rehearsal talks with different people. So with my friends who are from different topics, and from my group fellows who really know what I'm doing. With MCQST cluster, I also had a mock interview with my mentor, who really gave very, very good suggestions. Actually, Professor Karin Evershurzite, I did one rehearsal with her and her group. And with many professors, I had one rehearsal talk arranged here. So there are actually plenty of different settings I did with friends, colleagues, whoever I actually could get. I just tried to prepare with them. So one thing is that if you do so many rehearsal talks, you will get so many suggestions, but you have to only include which you think is relevant and is good. Of course, everyone is giving you suggestion to improve, but it's sometimes really complicated to add so many suggestions. I also had actually chance from MCQST to prepare with a professional person, and that was also helpful. There, they cannot give scientific input, but they tell you about the pace, how you can talk, and these type of things. Last minute changes. So it's usually known that we shouldn't do last minute changes, but I just got a chance to talk to a professor from Host Institute, and he suggested me to add an additional slide about Host Institute, and that was very helpful. And so it's not like you should always be open. So if you get even last minute very good suggestions, you should go for it. So I really one day before interview, I had chance to talk to them, and I really added those suggestions and took them really seriously. So that's also something really personal, how you will do it. So now considering how my talk was prepared, so there were 11 main things. So first slide with the title, I already included in 3 points what they expect from my talk. And I think this is very good suggestion because the time is limited and there will be a lot of interviews. So you really have to tell what they are expecting for next 25 minutes. Introduction slides. So this is something, it has to be simple, accessible to people from different topics. So there can be spintronic people, magnetism people, or astrophysics, particle physics. So it should be accessible. But there is an important thing that you still need to keep it scientifically sound. So by giving a proper overview of what is the current state of art and where your project stands, what are the problems. But it needs to be really in a simple way on 2 to 3 slides. Goal. So after the introduction, I put one slide of goal, which just simply shows how I'm connecting these challenges to my projects and how my projects has different objectives. But again, it has, you have to be careful about not making it too overcrowded. Everyone has their own style. I am sharing how I did it. And then after goal, I placed my CV to show how I'm suitable for this project and what steps I have already taken in my career, which makes me suitable for achieving these objectives in this project. Then it comes host institution slide. So there, this slide is, it's only one slide, but it's really important. It shows why you chose this host institution, what capabilities they have, what scientific people they have, how you can collaborate there, how you can get integrated into it. So this slide is important. So one has to prepare such slide also inside, which can be beneficial. Then for DFG proposals, what I heard is it matters a lot how well prepared you are. So it should be really clear that you are suitable for this project. You have some knowledge already and you can do it. So I included preliminary work here showing that how my past experience is related to this project and how it can be beneficial. So it's really up to you, but I think it was nice advice for me and I have added it. And then there was a teaching and supervision slide. It's important if you have done teaching and supervision, it's nice to have this slide added. And then you have to tell how many people you will hire as PhD or postdoc in your team, how you imagine your group. If you are an experimentalist, you have to also give an overview what type of labs you will build and how your team or lab will look like. Objectives, then we are almost at the end of the presentation, so we have to give some objectives and show how these objectives will be achieved. But as in proposal, we have like maybe 8, maybe 10 objectives, maybe 6 objectives, but in this limited time, you cannot present all of them. So you really have to pick maximum 2 and just tell about those objectives. And then really at the end, you want to end the talk at a good note. So you want it to show why your project is so good and relevant. And for that, I think application slide can be useful. So I added 2 slides showing applications of the project. with examples, and then conclusion slide, which is usually not too much text, but some figures, usually the main figure of the project and your schematics of your team, really showing what you want to summarize from this talk. So afterwards, this is all about how I prepared my talk, and then there will be a discussion section. In discussion section, so usually in my case, the room was not so big, suitable for 20 to 25 people, sitting in a round table shape. So you also sit there, and then it's a very friendly environment. Even the welcome was really friendly, and it's very nice environment. So you have to answer the questions what they ask. I got the suggestion that you should answer as short as possible, because they will ask you if they want more information. But I think I was really overwhelmed, so some questions I was not so precise, but I think it happens. Everyone understand that you will be a little bit more confused or overwhelmed. And discussion questions, interview questions can be anything, but usually it's somehow related to what you have presented and what you have written in your proposal. There can be scientific part, as well as in my case, it was some questions were scientific, some were a little technical about techniques I have mentioned. And there were questions about my teaching strategy, how I will supervise. As I am an experimentalist, if there are issues with equipment, how I will help students to work along that. So there can be different types of questions, but usually they are somewhat related to what you present, and about what are the expectations from this project, how you will complete it. So it's nice to have some sort of rehearsal to be prepared for it. In the end, actually, you can have backup slides for preparation. In my case, so I don't I didn't have many backup slides, so maximum 4 to 5 slides I had as backup. But I honestly didn't use any backup slide while answering, because it really depends how much in control you are. If you have to really go back and forth to slides and find out, it's usually not very good impression. And the time is limited for questions. So if you have a lot of backup slides, so then be prepared how you will shuffle around those slides, and you don't want to waste too much time. One tip about this preparation is really be prepared, and then will preparation will help anyway. So now we come to the second part, which is technicalities. It actually looks not so important, but it is important. So there are few things which really help. So you can mess up if you haven't worked across it. For example, checking venue. So your time slot 1 hour is booked, and it's not something that you just go and you are late and you can just ask. So you really have to be in time. So checking venue in advance is good. So in my case, it was at Frankfurt Airport, so some hours away from Munich. So I actually went a day before my interview, and it was at the airport. So when I arrived in hotel, my hotel was really at the airport, but still I went to see the venue that day, and it took me time because I went in the wrong direction. Airport is big, so that's why it's really important you check the venue in advance. So I already knew where is the venue. I went there, I asked them and about my interview time tomorrow, and whatever questions you have, you can ask. But it's important to check the venue in advance, and don't be really far away from venue, because you don't want to be all sweaty when you come to interview. In my case, I actually booked a very good hotel at the airport and was really close to the venue, which helps in some cases because you feel in control. So it's a small tip, but it helped me to be really stay calm. You have to check your PowerPoint if it works already. So in my case, I had this experience that there were earlier presenters had some difficulties in getting their PowerPoint or some other delays. I heard about it, but I'm not sure what happened. But in my case, I think it was an advantage that I had already checked in my PowerPoint that it's working, and I already had my laptop on. So when I went inside the room, I just had to plug it in. And then it's just so nice that you don't waste so much time in fiddling around how to make your presentation start. And tools, it would be nice if you take your pointer with which you are used to. In my case, the room was not so big. I had no pointer. I just used my laptop and presented in a standing position. But you can, in principle, have a little bit more tools, pointer, slide changer, and these type of things, but it's not necessary. Then coming to the last point, appearance. That's actually seems like not so important, but appearance doesn't mean how you look like. It also means being present. And that's, I think, very important. It means how calm you are, how confident you are. You have to be really present in the moment. And honestly, this is very important. So for example, there on the right, you can see the picture when I just checked this dress, which I will put on how I got ready for my interview, but I don't have slide when I was really ready for interview, but it's exactly what I dressed up. For example, my style is really not having a coat. So I hardly wear coats or really too many formal layers. So if you are not, if it's your not natural style, then it's better you don't go for it. So you stay in dress, which is comfortable for you. So I had only a shirt and this dress pant. And that was it. So don't overload yourself for things which you are not really ready. Treat yourself good. It simply means you have to um, eat well, prepare well, be at the venue, and try to get yourself a little bit more, make yourself a little bit more special. And work on your presence, and that's helps a lot. So actually it also includes, if you prepare more and more, you will actually feel more confident. So in the end, that was it, how I did. I was really open to a lot of suggestions, and I kept into mind and kept improving. So with this, I would like to tell you best of luck and good luck for your interview. Thank you.